sent me a message that the Psychomobile is just arriving in this moment, and I just heard a bus.
A couple of weeks ago, Natalie made her way to downtown Tijuana. She was there to visit a couple of unusual care providers, Psychomobile and Bebebus. While Psychomobile provides psychotherapy, Bebebus provides medical attention for infants, both on wheels.
At the front. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? No, estaba aquí afuera, pero como que nunca vi que era como hasta acá adentro. Y yo nomás, hola, ¿qué tal? Natalie.
They are both initiatives of Centro 32, a sister organization of Families Belong Together, an American nonprofit dedicated to reuniting immigrant families separated by border policies and assisting them with an array of different services during their journey.
Imagine one of those Sprinter vans, but with its cargo area split from the driver and front passenger seat with a wall. In the backside, two red comfy sofa seats spread apart facing each other at an angle, and in front of the chairs, a mural of a cherry blossom. On the outside of the van, hopeful messages like building resiliency and families belong together are read along the sides. Órale, ahí me voy a atrapar. Estamos adentro del Psychomóvil, donde sea. Órale. Eso está muy chido.
The vans park at different points of need throughout the city of Tijuana, like near shelters for migrants or in marginalized neighborhoods.
Muy interesante porque creo que aquí, al menos en Tijuana, solo a nivel privado hay algo así. Y más pues para esta población, ¿no? Que eso es lo que se intenta, que sea un espacio acogedor, que tenga como todos los cuidados, ¿no? Porque todo está pensado, todo tiene un porqué de estar así, de ser.
That's Griselda Flores. Along with Lia Castillo, together they manage and coordinate the operations of Psychomóvil and Bebebus since its inception in 2020. We spoke inside of the van, sitting just right across from each other.
Griselda mentioned that this sort of delivery care is solely available to the private sector. The whole point of these two projects is to make medical and psychological attention, well, accessible.
And as cozy and welcoming as if you were having a therapy session in a more traditional setting.
Y esto surgió a raíz de que, como Centro 32, hace algunos años detectamos la necesidad de que en los espacios de acogida, principalmente en los albergues de la ciudad, no existía un espacio adecuado para recibir a las personas y atenderlas en su salud mental.
The remarkable thing about Psychomóvil and Bebebus is that they're rare. They are the only and first on-wheels, non-emergency care provider installation in Tijuana, one that specifically serves vulnerable communities who don't have the means to get care at traditional facilities. An innovative, outside-the-box, human-centered solution to a pressing problem, which is what this whole new season is about.
Wow, Adrian, it's coming together real good. Man, I think we're off to a good start.
Thanks. So when do we...
Hey, que show,
Hey, Alan. It's going. Not much. Just reviewing, some of the stuff we got going on for this new season.
Oh, yeah? How's it coming along?
Good. Just working out here at Thing.
Hey, ¿qué onda?
Hello, friends. It's that time again.
I know. Are we excited to start a new season? Hey, I heard your bonus episode. I was very moved.
Hey, thank you, man. It was a wonderful experience to work with Rebecca. Anyway, yeah, super excited to start this new season. And what stories have you and Julio been working on?
Yeah, some pretty cool stuff. I mean, you've been there on some of them.
Yeah, man, I know I've been there, but I have to play the audience and to move the story along. I have to pretend I don't know.
Julio, why don't we just jump into the story? I think we already used this intro.
Yeah, man, why do you have to do this all the time? And the audience?
Chicos, it's just a transition. Just something to move the plot along. Come on.
A bit overused, no? Too much.
Dude, it's always us walking in, chit-chatting, pretending like we don't know what's going on when we were there with you, typing, interviewing, recording.
Yeah, man.
Okay, guys, what would you have me do then?
Well, I don't know. Maybe talk about what we're about to hear and learn from this new season.
That's what the trailer's for.
What if they haven't heard the trailer?
Exactly.
Guys, trust the process. Trust the process.
All right. Adrian, just punch it.
Last week, our producer Julio and Alan were at Secut, Tijuana's cultural center, for a special launch party.
It's a launch party. It's quite scene.
Sí.
Are we blocking? I think we're blocking people.
Miércoles a las 2 y todos están tomando mucho alcohol.
Yeah, everybody's drinking. But we're not.
We're working.
We're working. We're responsible people.
Working this wine.
This little bottle in our hand. No bottle. Nobody's drinking, guys. We're just having refreshments.
We aren't sure if you are aware, but there is something pretty exciting happening in the region.
Both Tijuana and San Diego are hosting one of the most, if not the most, significant design event in the world.
The World Design Capital is in town, and with a lot of exciting events happening in both cities and in between. Oh, Natalie, you ask, why should I care? Well, let me tell you this. It is a prestigious recognition given to a city for their effective use of design to drive economic, social, cultural, and environmental development. Past designations have included cities like Lille, France,
Helsinki, Finland,
Cape Town, South Africa,
Valencia, Spain,
Seoul, South Korea, among others. So just in case you didn't get it, it's a big deal.
It's the first time a binational region has ever been chosen for this honor.
This recognition involves hosting a whole year's worth of events that will showcase some of the most exciting minds involved in architecture, education, design, urbanism, art, and culture.
In that spirit, with this episode, we're kicking off a season filled with fascinating stories and guests who think outside the box, who come up with innovative solutions to common problems and make groundbreaking contributions in their fields. This season is all about visionaries shaping the future of the border region with their creative ideas.
So sit back, relax, put your feet up, and join us on this new season of Port of Entry. Shapers and Visionaries of the Borderlands.
From KPBS, this is Port of Entry,
where we tell cross-border stories that connect us.
I'm Alan Lilienthal.
And I'm Natalie González.
Now on The Finest, we examine an icon. Our Lady of Guadalupe has been a powerful symbol for 500 years, and artists have reimagined her as a source of resilience and pride. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Hot day, Tijuana. That's a cool. And anybody who's anybody in architecture and design is here.
That's true.
Some familiar faces people I've worked with in the past. Here and there. Everywhere.
The spirit is very merry and jolly. People are happy that San Diego and Tijuana have a spotlight on them this year. I think there's a lot of excitement in the air about all the events coming up this year.
Not as excited as I am with food.
Yeah, the food was pretty awesome.
At the party, the who's who of the region's design world were there. Folks from architecture to fashion to art. We got to speak with a staff member
and good friend of the podcast
who is helping coordinate this event and others. She also contributes to the art scene herself.
Community Program Manager Diana Cervera.
My name is Diana Cervera. I'm the Community Program Manager with World Design Capital.
Cool. What are we doing here? What's going on today?
So today we're at the community celebration. It's like the kickoff event for all the projects that were accepted into the official program, for our local partners, and just for the community in Tijuana, and on both sides of the border to just celebrate.
Okay, why did you want to join the staff? Like, why did you want to work with the World Design Capital this year?
So for me, outside of this role, I'm a trans-border artist. So I'm crossing the border all the time. I'm involved in this work outside of the designation, so I really wanted to be in the room to represent the community and represent the folks that live and breathe what it means to navigate two cities as a region.
Beautiful. What have you seen today or in the past few weeks in your role in the organization that excites you or gives you hope for this year?
So my role is to help manage and organize and connect all of the community initiatives that were accepted from both San Diego and Tijuana. So it's been beautiful to kind of see this organic synergy being created with people either wanting to connect with each other
whether it's on topics like water resilience or transborder youth or food systems. And it's been beautiful to connect people that maybe would have never connected outside of this program and to be able to be that conduit for them.
That's amazing. Yeah, because obviously San Diego and Tijuana are the most cross-border in the West. There's already a lot of community and collaboration. You do think that the fact that we got the World Design Capital designation is even increasing that? Like there is more communication than there was before.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a good excuse to do something that I think happens organically, but I don't want to say more intentional because I think there's a lot of folks that do that work very intentionally and with like the best practices of like going above and beyond to connect despite borders, but I think it's just kind of like an excuse and like a kind of even this party, right? It's like a excuse to be in the room with a bunch of people. Even like seeing you, it's like I only met you because of this, really. So I think it's just kind of like a really good excuse, and then with the right people to kind of push that intention further.
Cool.
Then it was time for the speakers to take the stage. One by one, they took to the podium and shared their reflections. The mayor of Tijuana, Montserrat Caballero, a representative of San Diego's mayor, Todd Gloria, and other bigwigs took the stage.
Then, Thomas Garvey, president of the World Design Organization, took the podium and shared some interesting words.
Thank you for welcoming me to participate in this important event. As has been mentioned, the designation of San Diego Tijuana as World Design Capital marks an historic milestone for WDO. It is the first time that two cities have jointly been named World Design Capital for their shared commitment to transforming the future of their citizens. For many around the world, borders are regions characterized by separation, by division, and by exclusion. With the World Design Capital, San Diego Tijuana, we aspire to the opposite. This is a region built on cross-border cooperation. There is an independence of economy and of culture that has enabled design to prosper as a tool for regional transformation.
In his speech, he highlighted some of Tijuana and San Diego's greatest binational accomplishments, like Friendship Park, the Cross-Border Express, the proposal to renovate the Tijuana-San Diego River Basin, among other projects.
What stood out to us were his closing words about design.
Design is a universal language. It speaks to the heart of human experience. It is inherently optimistic, always seeking to improve, to enhance, and to solve. Design allows us to see the world not as it is now, but as it should be. Remember, every idea we consider together, every project we develop together, contributes to a larger narrative. It's a narrative of hope, of progress, and of a future built by all of us, for all of us. So whatever your connection to the World Design Community Capital 2024, this year belongs to the San Diego Tijuana community. There's so much to look forward to.
As the event was winding down and our two heroes kept indulging in refreshments.
Yeah, sure, refreshments.
Our producer Julio recognized an old face who, turns out, had something to do with including Tijuana as part of the World Design Capital designation with San Diego.
Enter Jorge Francisco Sanchez, a.k.a.
Una confusión ahí, ¿no?
¿Te hacemos el viernes, el late?
Sí. Mira, yo porque me voy a encontrar con Catalina el viernes.
Ah, pues a la misma hora que Catalina.
Ah, ok, cállate.
He agreed to meet us along with Catalina Silva,
the coordinator for the Tijuana side of the proposal,
the following week to talk about how it came to be that Tijuana was chosen for this biannual designation.
Oh, you guys didn't continue with the refreshments?
No. We're responsible. Just a few.
Right. Anyway, Port of Entry will be back after a brief refreshments. Break.
Now on The Finest, we examine an icon. Our Lady of Guadalupe has been a powerful symbol for 500 years, and artists have reimagined her as a source of resilience and pride. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
Catalina.
Julio met with both Catalina and Jofras at Catalina's marketing and design agency, Enigma, in downtown Tijuana.
Mi nombre es Catalina Silva. Soy diseñadora transfronteriza aquí en la ciudad de Tijuana y tengo más de 25 años ejerciendo el diseño.
Catalina is a transborder graphic designer with over 25 years of experience. She's passionate about building communities focused on the creative industry and design. She's been involved in other projects, including public art and community developments.
We asked her about how the proposal to apply for the 2024 World Design Capital came about.
Me invitaron a unas reuniones que estaban planeando participar para postularse a ser capital mundial del diseño.
In 2020, she was collaborating on a project with San Diego Design Week, which is a community-driven yearly program that emphasizes design in the local sphere, when she got the invitation to join the team that would work on the binational proposal.
Nada más es importante y relevante aquí imaginar cómo estaba el mundo y cómo estábamos en la frontera, en la ciudad, porque estábamos en COVID y todavía no había vacuna, entonces todos estábamos.
She mentions that given that it was December 2020 when she received the invitation, everyone was confined to their homes. The deadline to submit was for March 2021, practically around the corner. So as captain of the Tijuana team, she made some phone calls and assembled the Tijuana side of the team.
Yo estaba liderando el equipo de Tijuana y en el equipo de Tijuana, como era muchísima información, lo que hice fue repartir e invitar a gente de la ciudad o expertos por tema. Por ejemplo, en el caso de educación, invité a Jofras,
She reached out to different experts in different fields.
Education, architecture, art, culture.
And delegated that portion of the proposal to them. And in turn, they reached out to colleagues in their own field.
Y ellos a su vez consiguieron otra información. A alguien que estuviera más especializada en cuestiones culturales invité a Ingrid Hernández. Y así en cada tema fui invitada.
Once the team was set, they got to work compiling the information and creating the portfolio with the San Diego side of the team.
Their strongest selling point, human-centered design and humanity-centered design.
Desde hace unos años, el World Design Organization está vinculado bajo los criterios de los 17 objetivos de sustentabilidad de la ONU. Y mucho de la propuesta que nosotros hicimos en cuanto a contenido tiene ese acercamiento.
According to Catalina, the World Design Organization links its vision to the United Nations' 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Both human-centered design and humanity-centered design, center development projects that improve the living conditions of all people and the planet, not just consumers, addressing problems from housing, accessibility, welfare, and well-being, among others. Many of the elements exhibited in the proposals stood out because of their human and humanity-centered designs. Examples like Friendship Park, that created an exemption space for separated families to be together, or the Cross-Border Express, that understood the need for quick access for travelers from San Diego to the Tijuana International Airport. These examples were highlighted for their unique response to human needs, the need to move and the need to connect.
And that approach is something that places the proposal on par with design powerhouses like Milan, Barcelona, New York, and San Francisco. Ultimately, they beat cities like Frankfurt and Moscow in the final sprint to secure the designation.
En este caso en la región, porque somos la primera vez que una región binacional es capital mundial del diseño.
But how does human-centered design and humanity-centered design differ specifically from traditional design? Jofras is the coordinator of the CETIS University Center of Excellence in Human and Social Development. He curated and contributed to the proposal with Catalina and other experts.
Entonces, cuando nos colocamos en el diseño centrado en el usuario, es cómo hacer el mundo de los objetos más asequible para la persona que lo va a encontrar en los espacios de la vida cotidiana, en los espacios.
According to Jofras, traditional design focuses solely on users or consumers without considering their context,
or the broader impact of a product beyond its immediate use or consumption.
Y el diseño centrado en el humano es reemplazar al usuario, que es alguien que consume un producto, a una persona, un humano, que requiere un diseño o que crea un diseño.
Human-centered design involves the community impacted by the problem to meet their needs based on their social context and address the problem's root causes and not just the symptoms. But according to Jofras, it's still limited in scope. Enter humanity-centered design.
El paradigma centrado en la humanidad va más allá, es una perspectiva crítica. Y es el nuevo libro de Don Norman, dialoga con esas perspectivas.
Humanity-centered design goes a step further. It examines not just the immediate effects of a product or service on its user, but also its broader impact on humanity and the environment. And like human-centered design, it considers the social context and the expertise of not just the traditional designers, but those in the community as well.
Más amigables para los ecosistemas humanos, por ejemplo, la pluma Bic, ¿no? Tiene varias décadas, ¿no? Entonces, cómo la pluma Bic tiene una huella, ¿no? En el medio ambiente. Cómo podemos, nosotros...
The key is to acknowledge the impact that the production of, say, a simple pen,
he said as he pulled out a pen from his front pocket,
might have on the environment. How will the production of this simple pen affect everything else? According to Jofras, this approach,
that is humanity-centered design,
originated from San Diego team member and founder of the UCSD Design Lab, Don Norman.
Well, that's where we can come in and help. So, we call that community-driven design, which is a subset of human-centered design, which, as far as I am concerned, is really about designing for humanity. So, human-centered design is a subset of humanity-driven design. Humanity-centered design, because we're trying to save, well, the planet.
According to Norman, if a design is humanity-centered, then by default, it's human-centered.
Inspired by this approach, this rock-star team of San Diego Tijuana experts worked to put together the portfolio. March comes around and they submit it, something that both Catalina and Jofras say was rewarding on its own.
Eso ya nos tenía satisfecho a muchos. Y entonces yo recuerdo que hablé con Catalina, bueno, pues ya quedó, ahí va. Vamos contra Frankfurt, vamos contra Moscú, pues vamos a ver qué pasa.
Next thing you know, it's July, and they find out they are semi-finalists along with Frankfurt and Moscow. They felt confident about the proposal.
Y Catalina fue la primera persona que me dijo, no, yo creo que sí tenemos una posibilidad grande de ganar esta propuesta. Y eso para mí.
Some months later, in October 2021, Bertrand Jerome, the managing director of the World Design Organization, visited the Tijuana and San Diego region for a tour put together for the Board of Judges. Carlos Cristiani, executive director of Designer Forward Alliance and project manager of the Tijuana-San Diego candidacy, explained that COVID and visa complications limited the travel that the judges could do. So Jerome was there representing the Board of Judges for the 2024 designation.
Jofras recalls Jerome's visit.
Recuerdo también la visita de Bertrand Jerome en el Cine Bujasán, que escogimos como un espacio para presentar el movimiento cultural de Tijuana. Y esto es una ruina.
Jerome was here with the rest of the judges to visit different landmarks highlighted in the proposal. The Pet West Crossing, Friendship Park in Playas de Tijuana, Escuela Libre de Arquitectura,
the Free School of Architecture,
Secud, and the Culinary Arts School.
One of the stops, though, Jofras remembers, might have tipped the scales in their favor.
Entonces, bueno, ese lugar tenía, digamos, esa característica. Es un lugar que se incendió, no tiene techo. En octubre, el día que visitó el juez, empezó a lloviznar. Entonces, muchas personas estaban muy nerviosas, ¿verdad? Porque por esa realidad, algunas huyeron, ¿no? Pero nosotros sabíamos que esto era una bendición de Tlaloc.
A presentation about the cultural life of Tijuana took place at Cine Bujasán,
a burned-down movie theater in downtown Tijuana that now functions as the city's prized amphitheater.
It's one of my favorite venues in Tijuana, and it hosts events throughout the year. The day Jerome was there, it started sprinkling. While some got nervous, Jofras saw it as a blessing from Tlaloc,
the Aztec deity of rain and fertility,
converging with Bujasán's open-air magic.
Cuando los colegas de San Diego, ya entrada la noche, aquel día se fueron al hotel para descansar para las actividades del siguiente día, Bertram decidió quedarse, digamos, en los pasillos del cine Bujasán a seguir conviviendo. Entonces, eso
Once the presentation concluded that day and everyone went back to their hotel room to rest for the next day, Jerome stayed back at the venue to keep talking to the presenters, Hofras included.
That's when it sunk in that the interest was genuine, and he got a hunch.
A mí me dio ya, digamos, una pista de que había un interés genuino en lo que estaba sucediendo y yo recuerdo que aquella noche...
And that hunch was very much on point. In December of 2021, the Tijuana San Diego team got the news that their cities would be named the World Design Capital of 2024.
We asked Catalina how she felt when she got the great news.
La verdad fue súper satisfactorio, fue así como un destello, sobre todo porque creo que muchas veces puede haber esta percepción de que lo que te había dicho, ¿no? Estas grandes capitales o ciudades en el mundo.
Catalina says it was a burst of excitement and joy, principally because it could mean a boatload of opportunities for the region, like grants, scholarships, and tourism to San Diego, Tijuana, not to mention bringing the border region to the global stage. It meant that the region can stand toe-to-toe with other design hubs from different parts of the world.
Y esto es una gran oportunidad para que todos aprovechemos a demostrar qué es lo que hemos hecho, qué es lo que estamos haciendo y cómo pensamos abordar el futuro, ¿no? Que son esos tres momentos.
Before we took off, we asked Hofras about an example in the city of human or humanity-centered design in Tijuana. He mentioned one, in the social sphere.
Tal cual, son clínicas móviles, bebebús y psicomóvil.
Remember Leah and Griselda from the beginning?
Vieron que si no hay un espacio fijo, pues podemos llevarlo así como son los food trucks, ¿no? O estos espacios que a veces ofrecen servicios móviles y que pueden estar transitando por la ciudad. Entonces decidimos adaptarlo con un financiamiento de Choose Love y de Families Belong Together. Pues mira, esta foto es del bebebús. Es por dentro del bebebús. Y aquí está caña, mira.
Pero sí, logramos activar a la ciudadanía. Los diseñadores están trabajando en campo. Las universidades están compartiendo información y expandiendo la información para que más personas lo utilicen. Entonces tenemos la posibilidad de construir elementos pequeños de un andamio que puedan construir un espacio para la humanidad.
Hofras emphasized that by fostering civic engagement and collaborating with designers and experts from all backgrounds, people can create products, services, and spaces that prioritize humanity.
Just like Bebebús and Psicomóvil.
This episode of Port of Entry was written and produced by Julio César Ortiz Franco.
Adrián Villalobos is technical producer and sound designer. Elma González Lima Brandao is our editor.
And Lisa J. Morissette is director of audio programming and operations.
This program is made possible in part by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, a private corporation funded by the American people.
This project was also made possible with support from California Humanities, a nonprofit partner of the National Endowment for the Humanities. Visit callhome.org.
Soy Alan Lilienthal.
Y yo soy Natalie González. Nos vemos pronto.
Now on The Finest, we examine an icon. Our Lady of Guadalupe has been a powerful symbol for 500 years, and artists have reimagined her as a source of resilience and pride. Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.